Welcome to this Blackpool Music School video all about the ukulele. In this video I am using my DV key ukulele. These were made about the 1920s and 1930s. I believe this is a combination of the 3 and the 4, though I'm not an expert on DV keys, and I think a DV key was what George Formby used in the video or the film Why Don't Women Like Me. When he's singing that song, I believe he's using a DV key, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's get on with the lesson. In this video I'm going to teach you a few more techniques of the George Formby style of playing, as I'm using a DV key. So let's get started. Most of the time we're playing in 4/4, and you count that 1, 2, 3, 4. Regular beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can play it in eighths, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's down on the numbers, up on the ands. But George Formby wouldn't have really done that. He mainly played strumming down. So if you were playing rock pop music with a bit of a swing, you'd swing it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, but George Formby didn't do that. Like the Ramones, yes, there is a link between George Formby and the Ramones. They mainly strum down. I believe the Ramones very rarely strummed up like that. They were mainly downstrokes. So George Formby could either play it in 4 feel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or he would play it just going down 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and. Again, there's a variation to this. On the last and of 4, he may strum up. So we're strumming just down 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the upstroke may come in every second, third, fourth, fifth bar. Who knows, he just did it occasionally. So you could do 2 bars of strumming down, but on the second bar strum up at the last minute. So it's like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and second bar, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's the other thing he did. That would be the sort of thing he did. So now you can add a triplet in there, or a thumb roll. I'll post a link to all the George Formby videos at the end of this one. So the triplet, or the thumb roll, as it has 3 movements, it's a triplet. I should say this is the thumb roll technique. How you impose it is up to you. You can do it in eighths. That would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can do it in triplets. That would be 4 to the bar, so you do 1 perlet, 2 perlet, 3 perlet, 4 perlet. Okay, 1 perlet, 2 perlet, 3 perlet, 4 perlet. Now to explain about the triplet, just because it's an extra note, you've got to fit it into the gap of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there's not an additional amount of time left. If you were counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, like, and you're strumming like this, that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You'd have to fit the extra note in the gaps like this. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Like that. It doesn't take longer in music time. You've just got to fit the extra note in. So now you've got triplets. So when you're doing stuff with George Formby, he will either be doing, I'm talking singing now. I'm not a singer, so please forgive me if I start singing during this. We're not talking the solo. When he did the solo, that was something totally different. So he will probably be either strumming in half-time feel, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the start of Leaning on a Lamppost, you know when it starts off? He's probably doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm I'm using my first finger, George may have used his thumb like this. I imagined he probably changed it time and time again because it's how you feel on the day. Then when it got to the faster section of leaning on a lamppost, he went into double time or eighths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you could play it in quarter or eighth notes. They still last the same time. So if I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you'd count it in double time or eighths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and they both last. So 1 bar in 4/4 time is 1, 2, 3, 4. If we were to put that into eighths, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So 1 bar in normal time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if somebody was playing in quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you were playing in eighths, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, your 1, 2, 3, 4 should match with the other person's, and your 8 should fit in between the gaps, if that makes sense. So strumming, that's what George mainly did when he was singing. He may have occasionally done upstrokes like that, like a swingy rhythm. There's always exceptions to the rule, but in this case, most of his songs he strummed down. So now we're talking about the George Formby solos, or split strokes, fan strokes and all of that. This is when his mouth stopped moving and the ukulele started playing. He probably either used a combination of these. The first split stroke, I'll post a link like I said at the end of this video, which is down, catch, tap, down, up. That'd be 1 bar. So 1 bar will be 1 bar. The other way involves the thumb roll again, but this time we do it in eighths. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 bar again. That's 1 bar. So you may have noticed in the first split stroke there was 8 counts because you're playing this in eighths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The second version is also in eighths. 1 bar will be 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. The next thing he was doing was the fan stroke. That would be 1 bar. Again, if you listen, there's 8 movements. 1 bar count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, 1 bar. So it's down with the little finger, down with the thumb, up with the first finger, repeat, down with the little finger, down with the thumb, up with the first finger, down, up. So, he could solo 1 bar of the first split stroke, second split stroke, third split stroke, and all the others in between. Now you can combine bits of the first and the second or the fan stroke together. So you may have noticed it's 3, 3, 2, a pattern of 3 repeated twice, then a down up. So you can do the first part of split stroke 1, the first part of split stroke 2, then a down up. So you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or you can do it the other way around, split stroke 2 first, then split stroke 1. That's that one. You can mix the fan stroke in as well. So the first part of split stroke 1, the fan stroke, then a down up. Or the first part of split stroke 2 and then the fan stroke. And they're the main techniques George Formby will be using with his right hand. There are some left hand techniques which I will post in another video. So the main point to remember is the split strokes 1 and 2 and the fan stroke are 2 movements of 3 followed by a down up. Now 3 plus 3 plus 2 used to equal 8 when I was at school. Many decades ago now. And that's how you apply it to the instrument. Think of it as 2 patterns of 3, then a down up, and you're in 8. So you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So George Formby is probably mixing up split stroke 1, 2 and the fan stroke. So he could be doing 1 bar of split stroke 1, split stroke 2, fan stroke, and then mixing them up. Stuff like that. Now there's one more little bit I need to add. You can do the thumb roll in triplets. So you would count 1, 2, 3, 4, but do triplet. Like that. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Now it lasts the same time as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You don't get more time in music, you've got to fit it in between the gaps, but the downstroke with the first finger is your count, is your 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1 triplet, 2 pellet, 3 pellet, 4 pellet. So the way to count this is 1 pellet, 2 pellet, 3 pellet, 4 pellet. So George might have mixed in like that. So if your friend was playing 1, 2, 3, 4, your finger will be in time with their down strum on the 1. So imagine person A is playing 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll be playing 1 with them, but you'd have to get in the gaps in between before they next strum. And that's a triplet. He may have used them as well. So as you can see, they're all the techniques. I should say, these are techniques. How you wish to apply them in 8ths, quarter notes, 16, 30 seconds, triplets is up to you. And I'd imagine George probably did it different each time. There was no real set formula. He didn't do a technique for every song in exactly the same way. He probably varied it for expression reasons. So just remember, the thumb roll, so going back to what we just did, if your friend was strumming 1, 2, 3, 4, you will be going 1 with them, then you have to get the other 2 notes in before you come back down with a finger. Okay, so like I said, I'll post a link at the end of this video to all the George Formby lessons. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. And subscribe to Blackpool Music School for more videos. The more thumbs up we get and the more subscribers we get, the more videos we will post. So until next time, take care, keep practicing, keep playing, and as always, goodbye.